Hello everyone. This is another raw reaction to a recent 2 a.m. vegans video regarding lobsters and VG's opinions. Basically, they are opinions. I mean, some things he says are facts within, but his opinion is contradictory and at the same time hypocritical. So I'm going to point out those flaws in his view, and hopefully this will be a quick reaction compared to part one. So just consider this video part two. All right, let's get straight to it. Again, I just got off of work, so we're going to start from the beginning. And I have reviewed this video a few times before, and, trying to get my flow going to know what to say in response. So yeah, I should be more prepared and more concise with what my reaction, my responses to what he says. All right, let's get to it.
No, I'm not affiliated with 2AM Vegan, but I'm fine with him uploading my clips. I don't mind.
Another public service announcement.
I've seen recent studies that show lobsters can feel pain, while the conventional wisdom is that they don't. Why is there such a debate over whether lobsters have brains or not? Is it because it's not necessarily a centralized organ? Asking in good faith.
I'll pause it there. As far as I can tell, let me see. So lobsters, well, a simple Google search would tell you this. So they have a first ventral ganglion, nerve ganglion, basically, and it's under the stomach. So it's basically a large cluster of cells. It's a large nerve ganglia. So large nerve ganglia that matters, but if it's a tiny, 6,000 nerves, they don't matter. But let me look up how many. I didn't even do this before I no, lobsters. Uh, how many nerves? Many nerves. So lobsters have 100,000 neurons, but bivalves have about 6,000. So 100,000 matters, but 6,000 don't matter, as I exposed in my previous reaction video. But let's continue to go on.
So, from what I understand, there's debate over whether or not lobsters have a brain because they have clusters of nerve ganglia not only at their head, but they also have clusters of similar nerve ganglia at each limb. So I think that's the basis on why they say lobsters technically don't have a brain.
Well, there you go. It's similar to how what you say about bivalves, because they don't have a brain and because they only have small set of nerve ganglia, about 6,000 neurons compared to 100,000 with lobsters and billions within like mammals, human beings, etc. Well, I mean, you really find 100,000 a significant difference from 6,000 compared to what you have about uh, a billion or hundreds of millions of neurons? How the fuck does that make sense? I'll call out that hypocrisy right then and there. So, um, let's just go on. Stupid.
They don't have some of the same structures that other animals do, like cerebral cortex and shit. And because they have these ganglia clusters at different points of their body, it's assumed that it's not acting as if there's a brain, but it's more based on they're acting more based on nerve impulses.
Well, that's pretty easy to argue regarding that because again, 100,000 versus 6,000 versus what we have is billion, at least a billion. I'm not sure, but let me just look up how many neurons do humans have real quick? 86 billion. Holy shit. So you want to pick and choose to care about 100,000 neurons, but not the 6,000 neurons? Are you fucking kidding me, VG? You look fucking stupid when you do shit like this. I am amazed of how stupid your position is. I cannot believe you. I cannot believe how stupid your position is. So I already stated it. I'll go on and I'll continue to call out what I see as being pure bullshit, and I'm not even sure if it's dishonesty, but it's stupidity. That's for sure. This ain't very much of a smart position. So bivalves don't matter because they lack a brain and functioning central nervous system. It turns out that lobsters, they have large cluster of cells, which you can equate to being a tiny brain. Like really, so that tiny brain matters, but having just uh, which is full of it, full of nerve ganglia, multiple, so three different parts of the body. So that matters, but having one set of nerve ganglia within the body of a bivalve, that doesn't matter. Unbelievably stupid. Like, how do you not see that? All right, let's go.
Than any kind of conscious thought. They're
Let me.
acting as if there's a brain, but it's more based on they're acting more based on nerve impulses than any kind of conscious thought.
Well, our type of conscious thought. So again, lobsters clearly have nowhere near the amount of conscious thought we have. That's fucking clear. And then they're closer to fucking being bivalves basically than to us. So how the fuck does it make sense to pick and choose to care about the lobster but not the bivalve? Are you fucking insane? Excuse me for the language, but this makes me so angry. It makes you look so stupid to non-vegans, basically. Holy shit. The hypocrisy is so stupid and so minuscule. Like the issue is so small. Like, how do I explain it? So this, it, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, this is such a minuscule amount of difference to not care about between these two different animals. It, let's move on. I think I made my case right there. Like, I'm at a loss for fucking words.
The problem is though, they clearly exhibit signs of sentience. They have the whatchamacallit, they have the physical parts required to feel pain. So they do have nociceptors. They have nerves. They when you do say injure a part of their body, you do see signaling going towards what would be considered their brain or the cluster of nerve ganglia.
Yeah, so cluster of nerve ganglia can equal a brain. So having a large cluster is a brain, but having a small cluster, which is just basically small nerve ganglia, that's not a brain, right? That's such a significant difference. 100,000 neurons compared to 6,000. Really? Now, of course, you through that logic of the 100,000 neurons, of course, they have more of a subjective experience than the bivalve, but 100,000 compared to what was our number? 86 billion neurons? Are you fucking kidding me? So which is nowhere near 100,000 is nowhere near 86 billion. Are you kidding me? 100,000 is enough to care about, but 6,000 is not. Are you out of your fucking mind, VG? Like I just can't believe that. I can't believe you.
Around their head. They also have eyes.
Oh, there you go. Guess who? What else has eyes that is actually a bivalve? Oh, but they don't matter because they lack the brain. They lack a significant brain in your fucking point of view. So stupid. and I'll also point out other hypocrisies real quick after that. So let's go to um, I'm sorry, I didn't. There's so many. They have eyes, so if I'm doing a quick Google search, mollusks, they're a bivalve. They have eyes. Oh, but they don't matter because they lack the brain, right? Um, Scallops, they have eyes. They don't also matter, right? What the fuck? Um, Oysters, they have eyes. What are you? What? What? Name the trait right there, bro. Name the trait. Name the trait that that name the trait that I just can't even think of the name of trait argument right now, but um name the trait or set of traits that is present in lobsters um that okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to edit this out. Name the trait that is present in lobsters that if true of bivalves would make it okay to holocaust and exploit and basically um uh be a non-vegan in your actions towards is it because they lack a brain? Well, clearly between lobsters and bivalves that brain difference is so minuscule compared to our brain, the 86 billion neurons. So what's the significant difference between a 100,000 neuron brain versus the simple 6,000 neuron um I would consider also possible brain, but we can't know because again we lack those traits to be able to understand their level of potential sentience. But yeah, so yeah, if you could do that, VG, I'd be very happy to have that discussion with you because you're just being you're just being basically a non-vegan by arguing bivalves don't matter, but lobsters matter. Picking and choosing. This is speciesism. You are a speciesist. You're not fucking vegan. You hypocrite. Like, let's move on. He's pointing out. Look at this. 2 a.m. vegan pointing this shit out. Like, how did he not think about what he's saying? Like, he didn't. This is how you know he didn't do enough research to be able to know what the fuck he's talking about, right? So this proves he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Unbelievable.
which is
Unbelievable.
a very good sign.
2 a.m. vegan. Shout out to you, buddy. You got him, man. I didn't even need to do a reaction, but I just felt I had to post something. I had to post my raw reaction to this shit because I can't believe I gave money to this dude. It's unbelievable how stupid he does it. Like I said before, he must have hit his head when he was lifting weights or something sometime last year because stuff is not flowing through his brain properly. You know, like the ideas that he's talking about are not being consistently flow through his brain. So there's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. He's not catching his own inconsistencies in his logic, basically. And I also haven't mentioned there exist humans that are unable to feel pain. So these vegans who claim to care about these animals that are able to feel pain. Well, look at this condition. These certain humans with congenital insensitivity to pain and anhydrosis syndrome. These people lack the the subjective experience to be able to feel pain. So does that mean it's okay to holocaust these innocent beings? These and they're technically sentient because they have a brain and central nervous system. So in our, already in your worldview, they're sentient, but they're just unable to feel pain. So they're unable to have a well-being experience. Basically, are they not meaningful? They're not. Their existence not meaningful. Also equal to the Bible as a result, right? Like, so the hypocrisy is insane, and I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how else to explain this. So feel it. I'm happy to do a live discussion on Discord. I still I don't mind having discussions with you, VG, because I would like to like either expose you live, or I would like to you know convince you that your point of view is stupid and you should go back to the precautionary road that you used to believe in, because you've lost your way. You lost your way a while ago. I would say at least 3 months ago, at least, but maybe it could have been between 3 to 6 months. I'm not caught up to the last time you hit your head, but something's wrong with you though. So I just gotta point that out. But I'm gonna tag you in this video because, again, this is my raw reaction. Is coming straight from the heart, man. Like I care about you in the way that I used to, pay you money, and I used to give you a view. Yeah, I used to view your channel because I thought you were like the perfect activist, basically. But clearly, you're not perfect. So I'm here to help you get back to the right place that you used to be, basically. So, all right.
Of sentience, because in order to
Sorry, let's
consider their
complete that
brain
thought.
or the cluster of nerve ganglia around their head, they also have eyes,
Yeah, let's skip that.
which is a very good sign of sentience.
Oh, certain bivalves have eyes. Does that mean they have it's a good sign that they're sentient too? So, like I pointed out, clams, they have eyes. Uh, Mollusks have eyes. As far as scallops have eyes, oysters have eyes. As far as I know, mussels do not. But again, they have cluster. They have nerve ganglia, basically, so they're still able to experience something, even though it's not to our level, obviously. But they're able to. There's somewhat. They have a potential sentience level that we're just unable to interpret, basically. In an evolutional and logically consistent point of view, basically. So these geoducks, they don't have eyes, but again, I would consider them still sentient. That's another type of mussel. We know that wait, do clam? I didn't even look up clams, but do clams have eyes? Oops, have eyes. Um, uh, so clams have different types of eyes, but they're still eyes. Are they? Are they? It's a good sign that they're sentient, right? But you still support their Holocaust and their exploitation because it's so meaningless, right? To you, but in their perspective, they consider their own existence meaningful because they're in a million being. They like how do you not see this shit, bro? It's so stupid how you so inconsistent with this, man. And you make yourself look stupid in front of non-vegans. You make them even more convinced of carnism. You're so dumb. But I'm willing to help you reach your senses again, VG. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'm gonna tag you. Holy shit.
Because in order to see something, you would have to be able to have a subjective experience. So, and they respond to noxious stimuli.
Noxious stimuli. Let's look that up real quick. Sorry. Noxious. How do you spell that? Noxious. I'm sorry. Noxious stimuli. I have no idea. Stimuli. Noxious stimuli. Threaten body integrity. No stimulus or cause damage to tissue. Noxious stimuli in bivalves. Let me just look that up real quick. Most clearly exhibit non-conscious nullific behaviors. As far as we could tell, again, we lack their traits to be able to definitively prove that they have no conscious experiences. So that's not necessarily a true claim right there. Um, but in response to certain types of noxious stimuli, so they do have a type of noxious stimuli too. So bivalves do have a type of noxious stimuli. So VG, you just don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm pointing out these inconsistencies of what you're saying. This is part of the reaction, even though this is very um uh like this is off the cuff. This is not review. This is a raw reaction, right? So yeah, don't expect me. I don't have time for that fucking planning and shit like that, and like writing writing a script. So this is yeah, I'm hitting you straight up. I'm willing to talk to you. I'd rather talk to you. I don't want to text. I don't want to be writing messages to you. I'd rather talk to you. That's the way I like to communicate. So in recorded videos, I like to just talk like I'm communicating directly to you. So if you don't like it, you don't like it, but it's the way I do shit, right? Let's move on.
They do seem to have like problem solving capability to some.
Clearly, these bivalves have problem solving capabilities. They directly attempt to avoid fucking predators. Like, let's just search that up. Do bivalves and they also have survival tactics, so they may ensure that their survival. Um, like digging holes and shit in the ocean floor and stuff, and hiding. You're just not thinking, man. You're just not thinking. The bivalves avoid predators. What that? I don't know how else to type that out. Bivalves protect themselves from predators using both mechanical and behavioral defenses. Clearly, somewhat of a subjective type of action. That is clear. So I don't know how the fuck you can say they're not sentient. Clearly, they're not as sentient as you. Like their level of sentience is so small, but it's more closer to the lobster than the human, obviously. But that doesn't mean that we should, holocaust lobsters, or yeah, basically, and because they have such a minuscule amount of sentience, clearly in your own fucking point of view. So you can't say that it's okay to do that with bivalves, man. Wake up, BG. Wake up, buddy. Come on. Come on.
Some like very minor extent. So I don't think there's a very good case against them being sentient, and there's a pretty good case for them being sentient.
Well, there you go. You're getting closer to the argument that I'm at with bivalves. It's a good case because they have behavioral, they have mechanical, they do such actions to avoid predators. That's clearly somewhat of a subjective experience. You have to have some type of subjective experience to be able to do that. Those actions. There's no such thing as these. There's no such thing as a pure instinct. These are actions. They clearly have some type of thought to preserve their existence. Clearly. So.
Thanks for the donation, though, Caleb.
Beef.
Well, that's the end of the video. That's as far as I could react to this. Hopefully, somebody could reach out to VG, let him know I'm doing reaction videos to his claims of bivalves. I would still like to talk to him. I'm gonna tag him in this video. Of course, this is I'm gonna try to edit some of this out, but if not, again, this is I'd rather talk. I'm not a scripted person. I'm a genuine. I hit you straight up with the I'm a straightforward person. I hit you with the thoughts that come to mind. Especially since I just got off of work. I'm fatigued, so I'm in a fatigued state. So you can't expect shit like that. And I can't afford to like take time off to fucking do that shit. I don't get paid for that, so don't expect me to do that. But we'll end it here. Hopefully, I didn't spend too much time reacting. But thanks for everybody ending up watching this, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all take care.